Nagbabalik ang memo.
Dako naman po tayo sa usapang ICC, accountability at impeachment. Kasama pa rin po natin si former Associate Justice, Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio. Justice, hello po. Nagbabalik po ang memo.
Yes. Okay.
Justice Carpio, sinabi niyo po na hindi na kailangan ng mga korte sa Pilipinas para maipatupad ang isang ICC arrest warrant laban kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Could you explain, maaari niyo po bang ipaliwanag kung paano ito gagana sa ilalim ng umiiral na batas?
Well, may batas tayo, Republic Act 9851, nakalagay doon, the President, well, the government, and of course, that's the Executive Department, the government authorities have the option to either surrender the accused to an international body or to prosecute the accused here in the Philippines. So may batas na tayo, no? That is 9851. That's our counterpart of the Rome Statute. This was at the time that we were not a member of the Rome Statute, so nagkaroon tayo ng sarili nating batas reflecting it mirrors the ICC statute, and ang gusto natin at that time tayo ang mag-control whether to surrender the accused to the International Tribunal, assuming na meron ng warrant of arrest, pwede natin surrender at our option, or we can prosecute that person here, no? So
Justice, sorry po, is that right?
May batas na.
May pag-asa po si Senator Bato na dito na lang po siya itry and hindi na po siya dalhin sa Hague?
That is the option of the Philippine government. So it's the president who ultimately decides that.
Oh, that's a new angle. Because if we do that, baka po hindi na siya matakot, baka hindi na siya magtago, baka hindi na siya mag-fugitive, pwede na siya sumali sa impeachment trial.
So, depende pala sa presidente. At syempre kapag...
Ultimately, it depends on the president. Ang problema, dito sa Pilipinas, there is not even a preliminary investigation against Bato. Wala. There is nobody who... There's no preliminary investigation, there's no fact-finding. So, yun ang problema. Sabi nga ni Secretary Boying Remulla when he was Secretary of the DOJ, sabi niya, 95% of the police records on this EJ case are missing. We cannot find them. So paano ka mag-ano? And then, of course, you will use the police as your witnesses. Sila mismo ang involved eh.
Kaya
paano mo? How can they investigate themselves?
Kaya isa yan sa mga justification na ginagamit para iharap na lang daw si Senator Bato sa dahig at doon na gawin ang paglilitis, ano, dahil wala nga raw nagawang investigasyon dito. At siyempre, Margo, Justice,
there's not a single investigation.
At siyempre,
and sabi na wala na yung records.
At kapag yan ang isyong na pag-uusapan, inevitably mapag-uusapan din yung epekto ng pagtatago ni Senator Bato doon sa trabaho niya sa Senado. Sir, dahil hindi po magampanan ni Senator Bato ang kanyang trabaho, posible ring hindi niya magawa ang kanyang trabaho bilang Senator Judge at makapagboto kapag dumating na ang araw na pagbobotohan ang kaso ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Dahil dyan, Justice, maari hubang bumaba sa 15 ang kinakailangang boto para makonvict si VP kung ganyan po ang mangyayari?
Well, ang opinion ko dyan, they have to serve first the warrant of arrest on Bato and then put him under preventive detention. Dahil sa jurisprudence natin, Trillanes versus Pimentel, once you are under preventive detention, you're in the custody of the court. You cannot hold office. Nakalagay dun eh. You cannot hold office. At saka sa plunder, sa ano natin, sa Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, nakalagay dun, once you are facing a case in court, you shall be suspended pending
Yan naman po yung
the-
kay Senator Jinggoy, di ba po?
Oh, yes. Yung kay Senator Jinggoy. Si Senator Jinggoy, my position is that you do not include him in determining the two-thirds or the majority when the Senate will vote, no? Talagang hindi siya pwede because he cannot hold office under that Supreme Court case. At saka, under the plunder law, you shall be suspended, mandatory. So pag suspended ka, you cannot vote. You cannot exercise the functions of that office, no?
Justice, meron pong supporter, si VP Sara, who was saying that even if Senator Jinggoy is being tried for plunder, pwede daw po siyang ipatawag ng Senate pa din. Para daw pong, kumbaga, isang opisina, hinihiram siya dun sa may hawak sa kanya ngayon. Pwede po ba yun?
Well, he can be subpoenaed, just like anyone who is detained, no? But that is, the decision whether to allow that is with the Sandigan Bayan. Walang coercive power ang Senate because under judicial custody yung tao. Well, so far, he has not been put there as a witness, eh.
So maaari lang po siyang witness but he cannot be there as a senator judge?
No, because you are suspended nga eh. You cannot be a senator judge anymore because you have been suspended as a senator judge. Katulad yan, pag ang mayor inabla sa plunder law, tapos naaresto na siya, he is automatically suspended, mandatory. Ang vice mayor will take over. Yung vice mayor will exercise all the powers of the mayor. Hindi siya pwede mag-exercise. He cannot exercise any of the powers of the mayor anymore. Only the vice mayor. Ang problema sa Senado, walang vice senator. So, walang mag-exercise.
Doon naman po kay Senator Bato, ang theory niyo po is that kailangan bigyan siya ng preventive detention. Is that what you called it, sir? But now,
No,
as a fugitive now, can he be counted among the senator judges or no pa rin po?
Well, there is no case saying that if you are a fugitive from justice, you cannot vote as senator, no? But there is a case that if you are a fugitive from justice, you cannot avail of the judicial remedy. Pero iba yun eh. Judicial remedy yun. Ito, voting ito eh. What will apply to him is the Trillanes case which says the moment you are under preventive detention, that means na-aresto ka na, you cannot hold office anymore.
Si Justice
Well, you are
Ascuna
in
po, I
preventive
heard
detention.
meron po siyang ibang theory naman po. Bilang isang fugitive daw po, pwede daw po sa kanya i-apply yung constructive resignation, yung ginawa niyo po against ERAP dati. Pwede po ba yun? Tapos kung constructively resigned daw po siya, then hindi na po siya pwedeng mabilang. May ano po ba yun? Does that hold weight? Or what's your opinion on that one po?
Well, eventually this will reach the Supreme Court, no? Ang tingin ko dito, if there is only 15 judges who will vote to convict, the camp of Sara will say, oh, hindi umabot ng 16, so I am not convicted. But the prosecutors will say, that is still 2/3 of 23. So lahat sila aakyat ngayon sa Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court will eventually decide this. Does the Constitution say 16, fix 16? Or in cases of to convict, in cases of impeachment, or 2/3 of whatever are the senators who can legally vote? Yun.
Justice, may mga usap-usapan din kung sino ang dapat na maupong presiding officer sa impeachment trial. Sino ho sa tingin ninyo ang dapat maupo? Ang Senate President o iba po?
Well, ang nakalagay sa rules nila, it's the Senate President. Unless a majority will vote another senator to preside, no? Wala naman nakalagay dapat lawyer. So pwede si Senate President Gatchalian. He can always have a lawyer beside him who can explain to him how the issue should be ruled upon, no?
Sorry po, I have one last question po before we close. Do you think it would be wise to bring the issue on the denominator, whether it be the number of senator judges who will vote, whether it be 15, 16 now rather than later, or should they just wait?
Well, my opinion is it's premature because there could be 16 who will vote. We still don't know how many will vote to convict. So it may not be necessary to bring this issue to the Supreme Court. But if there are 15, then you have to bring it to the Supreme Court because one side, the side of Sara, will say, oh, acquitted yan, o hindi 16. But the other side, oh, hindi, 15 is still 2/3 of 23. Yun yun. So the Supreme Court will decide it at that point.
Oo, yun ang challenge ngayon sa prosecution na to gather more than enough votes to convict the VP. At ang challenge naman sa defense na pahinain ang kaso ng prosecution. Maraming salamat po
Thank
sa
you
inyong
so
oras,
much,
former
Justice.
Senior Associate Justice
you.
Antonio Carpio.
It's been a pleasure this morning. Thank you so much po, Justice.